So I feel like I am pretty good at anticipating problems before they become like mountain problems that I can't fix. But yeah, there was one that I did not anticipate, and that was our AR balance, our collections. Because one thing that you don't really anticipate is that your salespeople make so much, and I'm not saying like so much money, millions of dollars, but just more money than they've ever made before. And we have like $500,000 out there floating for an AR balance, and my salespeople, their commissions are tied to bringing in that final check whenever the work is done, right? So whenever they bring in that final check, that's when they get paid their final commission. But if 80% of our staff is making $10,000 a month when they're only used to making $3,000 or $4,000 a month, what urgency do they have to go pick up that final check? So they're almost like in a better position than we were in, right? So there for a second, it got kind of scary because like, oh my God, I got $500,000 that's owed to me, and I don't have any salespeople that are urgent to go get it, right? So we luckily we stepped in and everything was fine, and we have a great back of house team. I got some badass ladies in the back of the house that do exactly what they're supposed to do. But I kind of just had to put a little extra in urgency. Say, hey guys, what the hell are we doing? Let's go get it. But that was something that when I left, we had about $250,000 in outstanding balances. Then when I came back 2 weeks later, we're at $500,000. So yeah, I totally understand what you mean.
I used to run a boiler room, sales room, making phone calls when people actually had phones and such. And, we'd have people sandbagging like that. They'd get their sales the last week and they delay it over to the next month because they already made their bonus and they know now it'll make it easier for them to hit the bonus the next month and stuff like that. And, so we'd wind up, and it seems like, and I've heard this from like 2 or 3 other friends, kind of the same story. It seems about $500,000 is what a company can like float out there before everybody starts with, hey, where's all this money? How come we're not paying and getting paid, and what's going on? Yeah. It's funny that that's the same number.
Yeah, it's weird. I haven't really spoken to other roofing owners in that exact same situation, but I'm sure there are. But that was definitely my like red flag number where I'm like, oh, okay, we're not in serious trouble. We would never put the company in that kind of position. But hey, bro, we got to get to work. We got to just bring these checks in because that just can get out of hand so quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So what can you do? Have you thought of anything to do with implementing in your culture to keep that going to where that's a part of your system, that's a part of your procedure?
To keep those AR balances down?
Yep.
Yeah. So this is something that we started doing about 4 or 5 months ago, that, everybody that works for our company is on a performance-based pay plan in some way, shape, or form, right? So, all of my salespeople, they're all commission-based, so they obviously have incentive to sell and collect money because that's how they get paid, right? But we're the first company that I know of that our back of house people, our supplements manager, our production manager, our AR manager, our administrative assistant, they're all on performance-based pay structures as well. Now, they receive a certain base pay, but then a very big chunk of their income is tied to a certain performance, right? So what I did to fix that, and this wasn't the only fix, this wasn't the end-all be-all solution, but it absolutely helped in that situation, was our AR manager, we tied how much she made. We gave her a small percentage of everything that she was able to coordinate and collect. So now it's like, okay, maybe my salespeople that have gotten paid a shit ton of money in the last 90 days or whatever, maybe they're not super urgent about collecting that money, but now she is, and she's the boss lady in the back of the house. So, she was helping me in achieving that mission, saying, hey, what are you doing? Let's go collect those checks. We've done all the work, so just tying that incentive to the back of house, giving her an opportunity to earn extra income, but also paralleling her goals with the company's goals. I think that was a good fix. Again, didn't perfect the system, but it definitely improved it.
Awesome. And it's also like you kind of like added a seat on the bus. It's like you added kind of like a in-between position for her to where she could be able to get more compensation out of doing more work.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just, win-win. That's what I try to go for every time.
We talked a little bit about fitness earlier. What do you think it is about, I've noticed this for a long time. What do you think it is about like entrepreneurs and success and fitness to kind of go together? Like if you can get fit, you can get successful. And if you can get successful, you can get fit. It kind of feels like they go together.